Hello, welcome. I'm just setting stuff up, which I should have done ahead of time, but this is getting. Oh, I'm live apparently. Watch my own live broadcast. Amazing. Let people know I'm live. Okay, I'm live now. Really itchy. My left eye has been bugging me so much. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of pain. Hard to describe. Very not good. Stop rubbing my eye. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to and today we're going to be doing some cool and fun and dumb stuff. As some of you may know, or be aware a little bit, the Hardcore League in Dungeons & Dragons Online is coming to an end shortly. Coming to an end tomorrow, actually. And it will be the end of Hardcore League Season 3. Now, as some of you also may not know, is that I've had taken the opportunity to get my characters enough stats. Oh, I don't have the horse. Do I just talk to the guy to get the horse? I gotta get the horse. I've taken some time with this character and I managed to get the favor reward, so now we have the really cool horse. This character's outfit is about to be almost complete with all of the cool shiny stuff on it. However, there's something that's really important, and I want to show everybody this so you guys can see this once the Hall of Heroes loads. But basically, achievements on the Hardcore League get manifested in real time, and you can see them here on this little plaque for the Plaque of Heroes, the record of the favor, like the record of the favored and the record of the Reaper. And so by looking over these records, I get a record of the Reaper Season 1, and I can see lots of different people on here. And somewhere around here, number 10 is Strimtom5. Look at me. I'm remembered. Now, important thing to remember about being remembered on all these lists is one, you have to be in the top 100 of the category, and two, you have to make it to the end. You have to live. If you don't live, you don't get remembered. So, if you look at the leaderboard, where's my leaderboard right now? Show me who leads the pack against the Reapers. If you don't make it to the top of this leaderboard, unfortunately for you, you're not going to be remembered. And there's a lot of people all over the leaderboards. In fact, I'm not even on the leaderboard this league. At all. But here's the thing. An important note about it is that you only get to be on the leaderboard if you are alive. Dead characters don't get to make it onto this leaderboard. So what that means is, if you want to make sure you stay here, you need to stay as alive as possible. And I thought, what would be more fun than attempting to throw our lives away running some Reaper mode, or not Reaper mode, but running some raids. So I'm going to be organizing some, second last day raids, which should be pretty fun. If you happen to have a high level character I keep saying Reaper on Hardcore, feel free to jump in and join us for some terrible ideas where you're going to lose your character. It's also interesting, 46 people reached that Reaper goal. That's pretty cool. I'm happy to see that. I gotta get my horse. Oh, you missed a thing? Hold on, let me show it off. There, do you see it? You see it? Do you see your name? Hold on, let me do that again. Oh. Where are you? Here? No. Here? No. Yeah. Number 4, man. That was good. You did good that league. I got this. I got this horse now. Pretty neat. Wait a minute. Does it just take a second to load? Wait a minute. There we go. I had to reload the horse. And then there's also this special fancy horse. Let me turn the sound up because there's no sound playing at the moment. Oh no, it's because there's no music playing. Wait, is there no sound at all? Wait, what is this recording? There we go. Okay, so now we have sound again. Apologies. Are you doing hardcore raids today, or am I raiding Arago? Hardcore! We're going to be doing that tonight. So if you are bored and you'd like to join in, feel free to jump in to do some raids. We're going to attempt to destroy ourselves. So the first thing we need to do is determine which raids are actually on the table. And hey, look, a convenient list of all of the raids is right here. Some of these are going to be a little bit unachievable. Stuff like, no, not Killing Time. Too Hot to Handle. I like Too Hot to Handle. It's a cool raid. A little too hot to handle for this hardcore server. But I'd like to do some of this other stuff. I'm also not flagged for Mark of Death, so we can't do that. But we should be flagged for a lot of the other things. Ant was shipped off to the vet, and in 2 weeks, all the iodine goes away. Nice, that's awesome. Hey, Tala Moana, Cerberon. I think we'll probably get started. Can we do Defiler with Adjust? Did we flag for that?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Let's look at level 13 quests.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Alright, let's start with an oldie but a goodie. Let's load up the group here. Anyone level 25 or higher. Legendary. Raid. Knight. Fairy. Tempest. We'll see if people want to jump in. I think we'll be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, if you want to. Everyone's allowed to join in. Hey, Suffa, how you doing? Why don't these doors... Oh, yeah, right, the events. I didn't do the pirate event that was going on this weekend. I was too busy playing too much Path of Exile because the new league came out. It was pretty fun. It was a good time. Yeah, so we're going to be taking this character in, see if we can do some raids, and who knows, maybe we'll die. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll live to see the end of the adventure. The two things I'm worried about is not having the requisite stats. I actually don't know how much you need for normal, so I'm going to do a quick Google search to see if I can figure that out. Give me Legendary Tempest Spine. Legendary Tempest Spine. 35 int and 45 strength. Well, I definitely can't do the strength. Definitely can't do that. So we're going to be stepping away from that. Do you have any... What's your strength?
22.
22? Do you have an item on?
No.
That'd be an expensive item, too.
Quest
Yep.
completed.
Because
Yeah.
we have to do,
You have to get, like, 2.
it has to be goals from, Sean with strength and silver strength.
I'm not buying a tome, but oh my god, before I could even buy a tome, Titus just subscribed for 12 months. An 11-month streak. And that 12 months adds up to an entire year. 1 calendar year. That's exciting. Welcome back to the stream team. I appreciate the whole year of support. And I am so happy you can join us on this legendary hardcore raid night. An idea that may or may not work. Is there a way to get around the strength check?
First one, yes. Second one, no.
Yeah, because there's the, just to get into the final fight, right?
Yeah. Because you can always take the back door to go... you can always go in the back of the mountain and go over the top and avoid the strength check that way. But the first strength check, but the second one to go to the final boss, you definitely need someone to pull the lever there.
Right. This is going to be a complicated problem. A pet might work. Yeah, we're both warlocks, which makes it hard. I'm going to see if I have anything there. Anyone know if Inquis Alchemist is any good? Yes, Inquisitive Alchemist is very good. Inquisitive is still extremely good. It doesn't matter whether you play it as an Alchemist or an Artificer or a Rogue. Inquisitive is still extremely powerful and very good for leveling. No, I have the group open. People can join. Anybody can jump in here. Guess what I gotta spell legendary right. Come on, Strim Tom. Legend.
Did you keep your Shan pack with the level 15, level 30 golem in it?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. See.
Oh wait, can you pop minions and raids? Oh, you can.
No, you can't. You can't summon hirelings in raids. See what we got. Kicking around for level 30. I have the Flamekeep Docent. That's it. Everything else went into my weapons. That may not work. Alright. Well, do you want to start with Hound then? We can do Hound. I'll tank the ZZ, and you collect the little tokens.
Sure.
That should work just fine.
I mean, worst case, I get nuked, and that's fine.
Oh, are you gonna come join us? All right, so then if you're gonna come join us, then I'll kind of go over some of the ideas here behind this character, so you guys get a reference for what we're trying to do, what the scope is, and what the level of danger is. But before we even go into that, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing a special stream event next Monday. You see, I'm actually going to be coming back to full-time live streaming, so I can stream every single day, Monday and Tuesday, and probably the rest of the days of the week. I don't remember which days those are. And it's going to be a great experience. And I'm really excited to kind of be able to do that again. And so to start with that, there's going to be a lot more Dungeons & Dragons content coming. Officially, as well as some other cool stuff I have in the works. And to kick it all off, next Monday, I will be doing a special 24-hour live stream, which should be pretty exciting. So it's going to be going on from 9 a.m. EST on Monday to 9 a.m. EST on Tuesday, which sounds like a really terrible idea and a bad proposition. But you know what they say? Bad things happen to bad people, so it's all good. So that's going to be the plan, and then we will be streaming every day after that, and it could be fun. So I'm excited for that. But the plan is to return to the everyday live streaming, and the return to the everyday live streaming, I see the hydrates. I'm hydrating. The return here, and what is going to be happening, there will be a much heavier focus on the Dungeons & Dragons online content, so we will be diving more heavily into a whole bunch of builds. So we will be doing dedicated Dungeons & Dragons online days, which will be Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, as well as Saturday and or Sunday. I don't know exactly which one of those days I'm going to dedicate yet, but one of those 2 days I haven't decided. Probably going to be Sunday, but we'll see. With Wednesdays being dedicated towards the Lord of the Rings Online, because I still want to show off that game. It's really cool, and I feel like I've got accumulated a lot of knowledge about that that I feel like I can share with some other people, which is why I have a whole section of the Discord, and I still play a whole lot, so hopefully able to share some of that stuff. And then finally, on Fridays, those will be kind of like free days. I might just play Dungeons & Dragons Online anyway, but those will likely be free days that will do something else. So it should be pretty cool. So that's going to be the plan. We'll be doing that every single day, so you'll be able to check that here. So if you're like, oh man, where's the stream going to be? When is it going to be? How is it going to be? The answer is starting next Monday, basically every single day, and we'll be doing something. So we'll have some DDO, we'll have some Lotro, we'll have a bunch of different things going on. It's going to be exciting. Wish you could join, but you never do hardcore. You get mad if you lose. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I've been playing a bunch of the Path of Exile hardcore over the past few days, and tell you what, I've died a whole bunch, and it never gets easier. So, to take a quick look over this character before we start getting into the raids today. I don't know what I'm doing. That's a nice gold horse. So this character is not Strimtom, because somebody already took the name Strimtom, and they're still alive, well dead, as a Aasimar, one fighter, one favorite soul. Don't know who that is, but that was very funny. So instead, we are not Strimtom, because I couldn't be. And the goal here is to make a character that was supposed to be essentially just like bulletproof the entire leveling process. So I decided to go with Aura Warlock. Aura Warlock was incredibly successful. It's one of the build guides that I put into my hardcore build season 3 thing. And if hardcore season 4 comes out within a month, you can bet you're going to see another whole bunch of builds that'll be leading into something more interesting here. for like you to peruse and experiment on and try to play. Now, with regards to this character in itself, again, one of the main focuses is on the Enlightened Spirit tree. We're essentially going all the way to the top, grabbing all of the very defensive things, the aura that gives extra physical resistance, magical resistance, and health. On top of that, it also gives you temporary hit points that constantly affect your character through this effect of Brilliance. Now, because I have this enhancement, the Celestial Spirit, my aura pulses every 2 seconds, granting me and my allies temporary hit points every 2 seconds. And that temporary hit points is double my constitution, which is this number. So I give out 120 temporary hit points to myself and everyone around me at absolutely no cost. So that gives a good opportunity for people to, stay alive, as well as myself getting a lot of good sustain. Now, we also need charisma for this character build, because yes, constitution is important. It's your health, it's your life, it's what keeps you going. But you also need charisma to actually be able to affect monsters. It determines your spell point total, it determines the power of your spells, and unfortunately, my charisma isn't the greatest, but it's good enough. So I've got like a 90 DC on my energy burst, which was good enough for the actual Reaper mode content that we were attempting to do in some of the lower level Reaper mode. Then this character has a reasonable amount of stats. You don't see it here. My saves are relatively low, but looks can be deceiving. You see, the spell, or the Celestial Warlock, is the Warlock that I decided to play as. Of the different pacts, I thought Celestial would be the most interesting, which is why I decided to pick it. Celestial does a lightning damage, and on top of that, it also gives bonuses to your reflex saves, and even better than that, it also grants you a whole bunch of free spells that are so useful in so many different areas. Just for starters, you start with Bless, very useful in the early game for keeping up attack rolls for yourself and your allies, because they've changed how Bless works, and now it gives an extra +1 per 5 levels. Then you're able to pick up Soundburst, which is just amazing in the early levels. Constantly dropping Soundburst, constantly stunning monsters, it's incredibly useful. Then you get to pick up Magical Circle against Evil, and this spell is something a lot of people sleep on. They don't think it's as important, because if you look at the bonuses, it's resistance bonus against saves, it's deflection bonus to armor class, you might have a deflection bonus or Shield of Faith or something. You might have resistance bonus to saves by having any saves items on. So why would you need this? And it's that little bit at the bottom that says targets are warded from magical, mental control, and compulsions. This means a monster cannot cast the spell Command on you and force you to sit down. Now, you've all had that situation. You're doing something, you're fighting monsters, and then Command, oh no, you have to sit down on the ground and wait your turn. Well, no more, because with this, you do not have to just fall on the ground and wait. You are completely immune, no save required. Then you get to pick up Prayer, which has again been scaled, and it's a luck bonus to attack rolls, weapon damage, saves, and skill checks. By pressing this in combat, there's going to be a +5 to all saves and skill checks, which is just good. +5 to saves is huge. And then finally, they have the revamped Holy Aura, which was changed, so now it is a sacred bonus to armor class and saves, which means it stacks with everything. So once I drop into combat, I actually get a +9 to myself in saves, as well as to all of my allies. Most characters don't have sacred or luck bonus, so that makes it very, very potent on its own. Oh man, that water's necessary. Then out of the actual enhancement tree, again, pretty straightforward. You take the good stuff out of Enlightened Spirit. I don't really take any of the pet stuff. I take the shield enhancement here because I actually don't have Night Shield or the shield spell, and this gives me immunity to magic missiles, which is essential when we were playing in Reaper mode. I put 1 point into Resist Energies because having Resist Energy while leveling is essential. If you don't have this, you're basically going to die to everything on hardcore, and that's one of the reasons why I recommend taking this. Sure, I don't want to spend this 1 point, and yeah, you can cast like the spell. You can actually take the spell Resist Energy and then cast it individually. This is just convenient. One button press, boom, I have all of them, and it's good enough for me. And then we have the rest of my points in the Soul Eater and Tainted Scholar. Tainted Scholar is to get Underdark Blast, so we can change our damage into evil damage on our base Eldritch Blast. And then I wanted Soul Eater, so that way I can get the debuffing properties from Stricken and Consume. So that's kind of the idea here. And that's pretty much it. As far as the actual gearing went on this character, it's a mix of Sharn and Ravenloft gear. So for this character, I went with Constitution Collective Sights. These are just incredibly useful, and I highly recommend you make one if you get the opportunity when you're playing through Sharn. This is Constitution, Insightful Constitution. This means not only do you not have to, you don't have to worry about what you're using, as far as your Constitution item, but this is pretty universal. Most characters can probably avoid getting Constitution on whatever their main stat would, or on whatever their main gear set would be, and then just throw on these goggles. The only caveat to this type of character build is either A, if you have other items that give you Constitution and you don't really want that overlap, which is unlikely but possible, or B, if you happen to, or B, if you happen to have a situation where you need your goggle slot for something else. Needing your goggle slot for something else is pretty much the only scenario I can think of where you wouldn't want to use a collective sight, which is very, very rare. There's only one item set in the entire game currently that uses your goggles, and it is the item set from the level 17 questline Soul Splitter, and it's a Intelligence Constitution double strike set that I haven't seen anyone in the game use yet. Maybe it's good, but you're probably not going to be using that. I think there's also a pair of goggles in the Esoteric Influence set, but again, not the most used set in the world. So for my purposes, we went with the Sharn set, the Flame Cleanse Fury. This is going to give your character additional artifact bonus to light damage, which scales most of your damage. On top of that, also gives you artifact bonus to positive and the crit. Going along with that, it gives you also spell DCs and bonus charisma. This armor, very important, and the set bonus, you cast light spells all the time. That's because you cast both evil damage and light damage, scaling off of the same light spell power. Now you might ask yourself, okay, but why would you need the positive spell power? You are playing as a warlock, and warlocks aren't healers. And this is true, but I also happen to have this item, or the spell called Rejuvenation Cocoon. To make sure I would be able to stay alive for myself and also to protect other people, I decided that it would be best if I traveled around the tree a little bit, around the Epic Destiny tree while leveling, and I went into Primal Avatar just enough to be able to pick up Rejuvenation Cocoon. This allows me to heal my friends and myself when it comes into a pinch, and is incredibly useful and pretty much invaluable. There's no other way to describe it. It's very good, and I highly recommend you making sure you're grabbing the Rejuvenation Cocoon if you want to play in epics, whether you're on hardcore or not. There's very few cases in which Rejuvenation Cocoon is unfeasible. It's not a very expensive ability, so you're able to take Rejuvenation Cocoon on pretty much any different type of character, only requiring a simple Tier 1 twist, and Tier 1 twists are pretty inexpensive, especially if you've leveled out all the Epic Destinies. The only downside is you have to travel to that part of the Epic Destiny tree to be able to get it, which is a little time consuming, but it's very, very worth it. Being able to just go whooah and whip out a spell that does a huge heal over time, as well as granting a temporary hit point shield, very, very good. But yeah, so then that's why I use that item set. On top of that, the Hallowed Castigators is just an unbelievably good item. It's got Insightful Sheltering on it, which stacks with all your regular sources of sheltering for your physical and magical resistance rating. This item's just going to come in handy. Now, generally, you'd be using a different set of gloves and doing a whole bunch of different stuff. However, I can't really get raid items on this character, just because of the nature of it being on hardcore. There's no guarantee of what you're going to get. So, this character is actually using the Gauntlets of Innate Arcanum. This gives Evocation Focus, Quality Charisma, Wizardry, and Charisma 19. As a charisma-using character, this is like the bread and butter of what you want to find in a pair of gloves. Now, the downside of this pair of gloves is actually kind of funny. Even when this was in Ravenloft, a lot of people weren't using this item, and that's mostly because there were just better sets. If you wanted the caster set, you had to use a different pair of gloves. You couldn't use this one, which a lot of people would want to use. And then even still, a lot of items had charisma and quality charisma on it in other places. It's actually one of the Charisma is one of the best stats in distribution-wise in the entire game, mirrored with intelligence for ease of use and ease of access. So it's pretty easy to get yourself the right charisma item or the right intelligence item, which means that this item has never really found the proper footing. Even when you would think to yourself, oh, I have a character that needs all of these stats, you can probably get all these stats on other items and then get more things and have a free glove slot, which is kind of weird. So we're using the whole set for the Flame Cleanse Fury, picking up the cloak as well. The cloak just gives us our light spell power, our radiance, so that's all good. As far as the other stuff, we got the Soft Soul Slippers for some more charisma, as well as having some ghostly. You can't complain about having 10% incorporeal mischance on hardcore difficulty. Then I went with I still have the Curserbane ring because I never upgraded this item, so I need to find an upgrade. This is literally only giving me death block. I think the 19 vitality also sticks. Nope, I have a vitality item, so only the death block. That's hilarious. So this is a death block item. in case, you get dispelled or something, which is actually going to come in handy because the next quest we're doing, the next raid happens to have a high quantity of magic stripping monsters. Then we have the legendary 5 rings. So I actually crafted this one. I went into Slave Lords to craft it. And you might not think about Slave Lords a lot, but it fills out a lot of your gear sets. And it's really useful, especially on something like Hardcore, where raids are kind of off the table. But Slave Lords, not too bad. So this item here gives Dexterity 17, just because it gives me some additional reflex saves. Resistance 14, plus 14 to all saves is very powerful. And then Intimidate 22. This character wants to be able to intimidate and stand in front of people. And I had an extra ring slot, which I was using for the resistance anyway, so I kind of just threw it on there. Again, one of the benefits of the Slave Lords. For the helmet, we're using the Pansophic Circlet. This just fills in any potencies I don't have. Potency, Insightful Potency, Quality Potency, getting all of that magical power that we kind of need. As far as my necklace, I'm actually using the legendary Rose Quartz Sigil Stone from White Plume Mountain. Now, this is an interesting item because not only does it apply Death Ward Mass, which is very good. You'll notice that my character has Death Block, but I can't cast Death Ward. This gives me access to Death Ward 3 times a day and also towards all my allies. But it also grants Quality Physical Sheltering, a stat I don't get anywhere else, and Quality Constitution. So my character has Constitution, Insightful Constitution, Quality Constitution, and Charisma, Insightful Charisma, Quality Charisma, giving me the highest stats I can get pretty much for right now. As far as my last 2 items that I've got going on here, I've got the Night Mother Scepter in my main hand. I'm using the Night Mother Scepter mostly because this weapon just gives Spell Focus Mastery, Insightful Spell Focus Mastery. It fills in all the stats that I can pretty much ever want to desire, and it works out pretty well for me. It's got all the casting things so I can overcome different saves. I do have Filigree in here, and the Filigree aren't fantastic. I didn't end up running into getting the right ones, so instead I kind of just jammed Charisma Filigree in here, and it's good enough. You can definitely do better than that, though. And then as an offhand, I'm using the legendary Giant's Platter. This is a shield, and it's one of the most defensive shields in the entirety of the game, so I highly recommend, if you don't have it, that you should consider investing into this shield. Both magical sheltering, natural armor bonus, protection armor bonus, and vitality. It's just like, beautiful shield, beautiful shield. So all these things together, combined with the fact that apparently I'm still using the Voice of the Master, which is kind of funny. Oh, the Epic Voice of the Master. Yeah. This one's the Epic Voice of the Master. So it's got Good Luck +3, Striding, Move Speed, as well as Heroic Inspiration. It's a pretty good item.
Test?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Super. I think I'm ready to go.
Right. Let me just get one more thing set up.
I remember how to play. It's been a while.
Right click. Be good. Or regular click. I don't know which one you use.
Opposite of you.
All right. So we're going to go and try to do some of these raids. Actually, you know what? This is running raids. I believe raids have like reasonable music, so we're going to turn on. I'm going to turn on the in-game music for a little bit.
You said we needed 35 strength?
45 strength.
45. Oh. I don't know if I can...
What's your dog at?
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever leveled him up. Hold on. I'm at 43 right now with my brand of Kalak Sash.
You're at 43, so we just need 2 more?
Yeah, so I think, I don't know, I probably don't have any
I can get you one.
Insightful strength.
Yeah, there's you can buy potions from a guy.
Oh,
yeah, the remnant pots. That means we can do this. Oh, beautiful. Which raid has the best gear? Well, the highest stat point gear comes from the 2 Sharn raids, but whether that gear is the best or not is hard to say. Here. Bull's Might. Oh, bound to account on acquire. I can give you some remnants if...
I probably got plenty.
Remnants are bound.
Oh, remnants are bound. I can't give you anything. So if you can get one of these and you have 45 strength, then we can do that raid. Eat a cookie.
Yeah, hold on. I put on my brand and then I lost my actual wrist item, and I don't know where it is.
No problem. I'm actually going to buy some of these. Because, hey, if we're going to do some raids, I might as well have some extra stats. Is it bear? Yeah, bear's stamina. Go. Perfect. Yeah, so
Get rid of some junk too. My inventory's full.
yeah, no problem. But yeah, so that's the basics behind the character. The current way I'm playing it is I'm lining it up in Draconic Incarnation because it gives the most damage. One of the most important things you're going to run into on Hardcore League is needing to kill stuff because no matter what level you are, that's how you beat quests, and you're always going to need to run through that. It's going to be difficult. Can't well enjoy your PoE stream if you're going to go live. Also, hello, hey Patches. I mean, that problem's gonna get way worse as time goes on, because I don't know if you missed my announcement that I made at the start of this live stream, but starting next Monday we will be streaming every single day, and it's gonna be super exciting. And on top of that, we're gonna start with a 24-hour live stream. And I don't know about you, but if I stream for 24 hours, and then if you get behind on that, technically because it's 24 hours, you might never be able to catch up, which is an unfortunate consequence of added content. But I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Yes, starting on Monday. But yeah, as far as which raid has the best gear, it's kind of a wash. I would say that if you want to get the raid that probably has like the most accessible and best gear would be Babala Saga and Strahd, the two raids from Ravenloft. Those ones will give you probably like the most usable gear out of the bunch. But a lot of the important thing to remember is that like in the raids, other than the weapons, like raid weapons are better than all the other weapons in the game. Very true. But accessories, the raid accessories are usually really funky with really weird stats that aren't as not so much as good, but have a very different stat variation than their normal counterpart. A great example would be looking at like for some of the Sharn sets, the Goggles of the Esoteric Influence set, where it gives specific bonuses to meta magic feats as opposed to giving more broad bonuses that the quest goggles give to potency and insightful potency. So they're very different. Oh yeah, every day. They're quit because when he came back, never any Shroud to get your green steel. I mean, in theory, right now you can solo Shroud pretty consistently if you wanted to do it. So that's an option. Also, if you want to get weapons that are better than green steel, there's a ton of better tools. The only thing that green steel is going to give you that is difficult to get in other places while leveling is clickies for displacement. But you don't really need clickies for displacement to do your leveling even into the Reaper difficulty, especially since Reapers and monsters in Reaper mode are able to penetrate like concealment and things. So if you're worried about not being able to get green steel, I mean, that may still be an issue, not because it's hard to do. Again, you can solo the Shroud, but more so because you know, less people are interested because there's better ways to get better gear. Did you step inside the quest?
No.
I just saw Leilu's mana go crazy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was doing something with items. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, since you have that, we'll do Tempest Spine first.
All right, inventory clean, bar set up, mouse set up. Now I just gotta find my remnants and then get that, and then.
Perfect. Sounds good. What prompted the stream change? You know, just sometimes life takes you on a journey. And when you're in the boat that is life, you just kind of ride the waves. You know, you just kind of got to go with the flow. And then sometimes you also got to change the flow and do things that you think might be best for you. I don't know. It's a long story. Like what? Just general items? Like, you can get a Barovian or a Seranian weapon, and it's pretty much just as good as a Heroic Shroud. what server is the most populated. If you'd like to find out what server is the most populated, go to playeraudit.com. Playeraudit.com is a great website where you can check out pretty much everything. Yeah, we're raiding on hardcore today, so this is going to be exciting. Like what, Ravenloft? Yeah, so both Ravenloft and Sharn have featured weapons, and when you enter into Ravenloft, there's a guy that will give you a free weapon, and the free weapon will take you all the way up to level 30. You can also craft a weapon in Sharn that is the same strength for some reason, but with different stats, even though it's 5 levels higher. You haven't played since Meridia, and when the market was sucked up in the portal. What part of this game keeps me playing? For the 100 years that I've been playing this game, the reincarnation system, and most recently the hardcore league. Hardcore league, for those that don't know, maybe if you're tuning in and you're unsure, we're playing on a special hardcore server. If you die, as you have this little thing here, you have 1 life to live, you lose. So don't die. This hardcore league, they gave you extra lives, but not right now. Because I died twice, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so as far as like specifically what's better, it's hard to say. Oh no, Ursina was slain by Towerbound Living Disintegrate. That's somebody that was trying to do Tower of Frost. Rip.
Yeah.
They're dead. It's exciting. You get close. You get so close to that goal, but you don't get it. I died to a clit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that. That was exciting. Died to a glitch. Level 20. Oh, baby. You made it. The cloak's pretty good. Like I said, there's a couple different cloaks. I'm wearing the level 20 cloak right now. Although I think that the Reaper cloak is also pretty good. I like the Reaper cloak as well. And then again, the horse is also pretty nice. If you haven't seen this horse, it's pretty good. No, we're waiting on a third person, and also anyone on the server is more than welcome to join us. However, it's hardcore, so I don't think a lot of people are going to join us. It's important to know that a lot of people are not playing on hardcore right now because it is the second last day, which is perfectly fine.
Alright, where do I get these,
The Remnant guy, he's next to the guys for like the Reaper XP and like the hardcore guy. In the Hall of Heroes.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like when,
elixir of,
yeah, if you type in bull, it should come up. You're currently not playing on hardcore difficulty. Not everybody is interested in hardcore. Some people enjoy watching hardcore more than playing hardcore. And that's okay. It is perfectly acceptable for people to not want to subject themselves to dying and having to reroll their character. Like, usually it's like, oh, I died, I have to reset the quest. Or like, oh, I died, that's kind of annoying. Is Dragon Armor still good? No. Like, okay, is it still good? It could conceivably be considered useful armor. However, the amount of time it takes to create that armor that is specialized is not as good of a use of your time as getting the equipment from Sharn, which gives better, more synergistic stats for your characters. Alright, let's do Tempest Spine.
Now let's explore it.
Now, it's important to note that I'm not saying that directly that there's been power creep in the game, because yes, there has. But it's more so that the itemization has gotten a little bit better. So the newer systems that we're getting are better than some of the older systems. A great example would be the current alchemical crafting. If you guys haven't seen it, it's going up on Lemania. They redid the alchemical crafting for the new legendary Master Artificer and stuff, and that alchemical crafting system is pretty good. And it's much more robust than the original elemental crafting system, or alchemical crafting system. I don't know if it's going to slide back. I don't think it is sliding back. I think this is just for the new level stuff, but still, something to think about. Like I said, if you have those items, you can still get them, but now instead of having to grind for things for leveling, you don't have to do that. Alright, are we good to go? Everybody feeling good? Let's boogie. Oh, I didn't turn on any of my auras. Don't know how much damage these things do, so just be mindful.
25 on the save for their fireballs.
Alright, seems alright. Y'all is finally in a place you can be okay with. Hey man, you gotta take care of yourself first. You know, that's one of the most important things. I just don't remember how hard Swordjack hits.
Very hard. Well, on a lady does, it's like 5,000 points of damage or something.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember being really like a big number, so that's why I'm cautious. That's why we're doing normal difficulty. There's also only the 3 of us, and we don't have the stats to do anything higher because we can't access the rest of the raid. We don't have like a pocket barbarian or something. If there was somebody who was playing barbarian on the server who wanted to join in, that would make this a lot easier. Might have to resurrect your tunes on Lemania. Lemania just passed. It was last week. They debuted the Shifter and the new Fadark Illusionist tree, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, damage doesn't seem to be too bad in here. When you get a new screen, ooh, new screen sounds good. I do always like getting new peripherals for my computer. Feels good. Call Duty, I'll have to figure out his phone number first. Game Pocket Barb. Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I think that next Hardcore League, when that comes around, I'm excited. I want to see if we can do some coordination between a few different groups of people. I think it could be fun to make some kind of, I don't know, more collaborative group content or something. Okay. Doesn't seem too bad. This is gonna be a stupid question, but you did Ravenloft, right, Lulu?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Sweet. Intelligence.
Approaching the crystal box has triggered some mechanism within the.
If you don't tie to a glitch, you'll play with you guys. I don't know what the minimum level is for the raids, but it's a good question. Ooh, that's a lot of heal scrolls. Yeah, scrolling and wanding for healing isn't pretty much isn't the norm anymore. Because now with players having health pools so high, a scroll really doesn't cut it. Do you want fire or ice?
Ice, because I don't think a fire warlock does really well in fire zone.
Oh yeah. I hear you. Hit the Slaver's Chain. It's such a grind. Yeah, I'm really glad that the Slaver's Chain is no longer the best be-all end-all gear. Yeah, fire's dead. The Slaver's Chain was too much. It was too much grind. Uh-oh, a giant. Wait, did I get feeble-minded? Oh my god. Well, you're feared, so I don't even care. Each quest is huge! Huge quests, absolutely. Each quest is massive in Slave Lords. It's long, it's exhausting, and to make a 5 set, you need to run it like 100 jillion times? No way. Two-wielding Pally was the king? Yeah. Right now, some... Not really a mix, but most people are playing two-handed fighting characters. Two-handed fighting, if you haven't played in a while, Arachnophilia has been changed, which is really exciting. The big change is that instead of getting glancing blows, where you can kind of hit nearby enemies, instead you get strike through, where you straight up hit nearby enemies. It's infinitely better. So instead of it being like, oh, you can sometimes hit monsters and do like a portion of your damage, but it doesn't do a portion of the damage you deal, but just a portion of your base hit damage, and it doesn't. And if you like, say if you're like doing a paladin with a greatsword and you smite, it only smites the first guy and then does a little bit of damage to the second guy. No. SSG was like, strike through, you hit one guy, you hit them all, and it's great. It's basically like cleaving on every attack. That is a gross oversimplification of the system, but it is not too far off from that. Would you be planning on an Earth and... Earth, acid, electric, air guide. So to answer your quick question of that, earth and acid. So the reason why earth and acid isn't as good is because there are basically no good earth spells at levels 5, 6, 7, or 8 for spell casting. This is highly problematic because earth spells are like kind of, you know, you need to have spells to cast to deal damage. So you're stuck with acid rain from level 8 to level 18, and that just makes it not fun. So it's not that it isn't bad, it's that, or it isn't, you know, like you're still using acid spells. Acid spells are pretty good, but it's not fun because you don't get any cool spells to cast. Like if you're fire, you get Firewall and Delayed Blast Fireball and other stuff. If you're playing as like cold, you get Autolukes and Cone of Cold, and you get Polar Ray, and you get just different spells you can cast. But if you play Earth, you're like, cool, I get like a spell, and you just kind of pump the brakes, you know what I mean? And that kind of sucks. So, it's difficult to reconcile that, obviously, but... Air and lightning. Lightning is perfectly fine, actually. Lightning is a perfectly good spec to play, because you get access to both ball lightning and chain lightning, giving you good spells to use all the time. That being said, visually, not my favorite, but yeah, I'll probably play a sorcerer at some point. I'm trying to think, what would make a good lightning sorcerer? Half-elf? I don't know. Terrible puns again for a title. Hey, this pun isn't that terrible. It's kind of terrible. I had to edit it on YouTube as well, because YouTube has shorter title limits. Hey, we got 2 chests. Is it just a case of now rushing for Ravenloft gear and then Sharn? Yeah, Sharn gear is the new sets. Slave Lords is still useful because you can fill in random item pieces, but even still, with all of the items we now have, because we've been at the level cap of 30 for like almost 5 years, I think, you really don't need to go to, like, most people are not using any Slave Lords gear whatsoever, and at most they're using one piece. You don't need a set anymore.
The flooded tunnel.
Everyone screamed at the same time. Never finished the monk with the staff. Yeah, staff monk is really powerful right now, because it's like staff monk was before, which was reasonably good, but now they hit multiple targets at the same time with every staff attack. It's really good. Wouldn't Earth Savant be more of a full CC sorcerer? See, conceptually that sounds interesting. If a sorcerer could be more crowd control based because they're earth based, that sounds really cool. That is not how it works, unfortunately, because all of the crowd control spells are not elemental, so it doesn't matter. So, like, hold monster is not elemental, so it doesn't matter. And the new color spray, again, not elemental. So no, unfortunately they're not more crowd control based. You might think because they get the Earth Grab. However, it's important to note that the Earth Grab is one of the absolute worst spells in the entirety of this whole video game. There's almost nothing worse than that Earth Grab. It basically takes like a minute to cast, and then after casting it, you have to just sit there and wait, and you're waiting. Your guy is still just like... and throws his hands out. Then it hits the monster. If they fail their save, and only if they fail their save, they are then held for 3 seconds as long as the cast, and then they can start moving again. Horrific ability, and it scales off Constitution and not Charisma. Horrible idea.
The only real CC with Acid Sorks is Web, because it's Conjuration, which is the same skill as your damage.
Yep.
But even then, that runs out.
Air Savant / Caster Druid? I don't think you should mix those two things. That sounds terrible.
No.
A Charisma and a Wisdom class walk into a single build. Uh-oh. You think it's better than Hand Rat Monk? It does more damage than Hand Rat Monk. Better is subjective. Hand Rat Monk has significantly more crowd control and survivability, but it does not do as good or as high damage. So if you want to go max DPS, you're going with a Henshin Mystic. If you want to have all sorts of cool options to like get different crowd control effects, like stunning at range with Kukendo, or stunning any monster in the entire game with the... what do you call it? The Tomb of Jade. Very cool. Oh man, I got beholdered. I got negative leveled. Did you stun this thing?
Oh, no.
It was stunned somehow.
Might have, because my thing knocked him down.
Oh yeah, maybe that worked, yeah. One effect on gear. Earth Grab Guard? Yeah, Earth Grab Guard. Remember, Earth Grab Guard is pretty cool, but it also doesn't require you to cast anything. It just kind of happens.
Rest quick, and I don't really remember the way after here. So.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll wait with you. I have to recast all my spells because I got a Beholdered. Let me get the chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and rebuff if you want new Death Warder and Better Hero.
Bear Tank looks fun? Yes, Bear Tank is extremely fun. I highly recommend it. Playing as a tank or just a druid in general is very entertaining. Hello, and welcome. We are like halfway up the legendary Tempest Spine. Multi-Vial is basically pick your own meteor damage type. Yeah, Multi-Vial is kind of such a powerful effect. It's basically one of the best things in the whole game, which is one of the reasons why Alchemist is pretty much the best class. Although, interestingly enough, with Alchemist being the strongest class, they're not the most played class, because that's not entirely how that works all the time. I like that. Oh, armor class has been changed since you last played Arachnophilia. It's now a gradient, so you can't get higher than 75% protection on armor class, because monsters and players always hit on a 16 or higher. It's not that armor class isn't good, it's just that armor class stops being good eventually. Goodbye. Yeah, Multi-Vial is very, very powerful, and it's really fun. I played a Bear Druid this hardcore league, and that's how I got my 5k favor, was Bear Druid. Please play Bearlock. Yeah, Bearlock's interesting. It's like this, just slower, because you do less damage, and you're about the same tankiness, but it's kind of funny. Don't play a lot of Alchemist because of their weak early game? No, I think that people don't play a lot of Alchemist because it's new and you have to buy it. Like, you either have to be a VIP or you have to buy the class, and that just means that since people have to pay for it, there's going to be a section of the player base that doesn't want to buy the thing. Pretty much it. Oh, did we pull that lever? Oh yeah, you have to do it because you have the strength.
No, you don't pull that lever, because I just opened the mountain.
Yeah, I had to find my potion.
That's okay. Yeah. They did that because the problem of having a tank who's completely invincible. You can make tanks that are borderline invincible. Like, with insane stats. You know, 7,000 health and ridiculous armor class and reducing damage taken by like 90% and also having like displacement active and incorporeality and dodge chances and other stuff. Yeah, the problem is as the game gets into a more complex state, it's something that they can't really have existing for the entirety of the game state, so they had to change it. Tanking is very, very fun right now. It's dynamic. There's a lot of decision making involved, and it can be pretty fun. All right, more strength, please. Got a question, Tiefling Sork. Does it have to be the race to get past fire? Can Iconic Tiefling do it too? Iconic Tieflings cannot do it. However, Iconic Tieflings start at level 15, meaning you are that much closer to the cap zone of Sorcerer or of Fire Sorcerer, letting you bypass the immunity anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Hey, Infinitely, what's up? How you doing? How's it going? How's your afternoon? How's your day? But yeah, so tanking is a lot more interesting because the raids and the things are a lot more complex. This is Legendary Tempest Spine, a pretty basic raid with a single boss fight that has no special attacks. So, you know, it's not as interesting as it otherwise could be. Are other raids happening where I can lend a bigger hand? Yep. You got the flu shot? Nice! That's good. Get the flu shot. It'll keep you healthy. Well, it gives you a much higher chance of not getting sick.
Lowering and offering passage over the stack, a gravelly voice calls out.
I should actually do that at some point soon. That's a really good idea. Good call. Right.
Sealed doors along the tunnel.
But yeah, the tank fights and things have become a lot more complicated than when they were first originally thought of. So, for example, Sorjak is literally a large giant who is the final boss here, who only has default attack. He has a couple different attacks, like a big AoE, one that does slightly more damage. He has a rock slam, but like for the most part, pretty simple and straightforward. Versus something like Too Hot to Handle, where you have adds with different, very separate mechanics from the boss, multiple different waves and different kinds of adds, as well as the boss having different types of attacks and mechanics and interactions with the adds. It becomes a lot more complicated really quickly. Or something like Project Nemesis, where you have 5 bosses to deal with at the same time, all with different powers and abilities, and you have to be able to manage properly while also dealing with puzzles and adds and sending people through different portals and splitting up the party, and it's just complicated. But it's good, because it means that you have a more active role when you get to play as a tank. Am I standing? Dude, I'm always standing. It's because I have a standing desk. It lets me be more animated while I do my live streaming. How cool is that? Can't wait to try Shifter Monk with the extra hand damage. Extra hand damage? What do you mean? I didn't think Shifters got extra unarmed damage. I could be wrong. A lot of people seem to be really excited about playing the Razorclaw Shifter Monk, because they're like, oh, if you play Razorclaw Shifter Monk, then you're able to get the extra critical multiplier. But the critical multiplier only applies while shifting, and also to do that, you have to shift as a Razorclaw, which uncenters you, which means you can't be a monk. That's tough. That's hardcore. It is hardcore. In fact, I've been standing literally all day. I've been doing it for almost 10 hours now every day, which is pretty cool. When I first started, I bought the standing desk. I couldn't really stand for that long, but now I'm like getting better. But on top of that, it's not only is it hardcore, we're playing on the hardcore server. So if you die in the game, you die in real life. So it's like ultra hardcore. Every time he jumps with Mario, he has to jump in real life. So now you can do that every time I jump in the game. I have to jump in real life. I don't know how I feel about that. Just like, jump. Oh man, I can't jump as long as my character does because there's like so much extra stuff. I also have to be really careful. My ceiling is only 7 feet high, and I am 6 feet high. Not saying I can jump really high, but I think I can clear a foot and slam my head into the ceiling. I gotta be mindful about that. Standing desks are healthier. For me, I just find it's just better for me to think. Like if I'm sitting in my chair, I can become prone to just like watching something and kind of zoning out and just being like. But if I'm standing, I can't do that because I am standing. So if I start to zone out, I kind of like falter and then I realign. So I like come back to it. Also, Sassy died to War Master Moorge. Oof. Yeah, gotta build those back muscles. Ugh. Someone clip that. Oh, too many clips. Like my death in Heist. That death. Walked right into a heist and instantly died. That was super fun. Heist League so far, by the way, in Path of Exile. Really cool. I love the heists. The system is really interesting. I don't get what the reward is. It doesn't seem to give better rewards than questing. It just seems to be fun. Which is not a bad thing. I like the fact that it's fun. But, you know. I just have to recast all my buffs. One sec. Before we go out. So I'm going to take him and taunt him and pull him aside. One sec. I gotta cast this. I'm gonna pull Sorjak aside. If you guys are able to solve the puzzle, and then I'll come put all the pieces together.
I don't remember the puzzle. It's been probably years.
It's okay. You can just slowly figure it out. And also, don't get hit by that slam. I don't know how much damage it does, but it's a lot, probably.
I can just try and kill you if you get.
Yeah, I don't know how hard Sorjak hits. We missed. That's cool. I have no idea where he's going or what he's doing. This is fine. If he's gonna go stand over there and use a bow, that's pretty cool with me. Oh my god. I'll move him. Come on, buddy. He won't get off the tile. He's only bowing me for 44, so this might be okay. And he's also missing a little bit.
Puzzle star just needs you there.
Yep, I'm just going to throw the things in the holders. Alright, everything's in, so get him. Apparently not, though. Oh, there we go. Now I'm actually using it, finally. Hold on. Okay. The only thing you have to worry about is the knockback when he sends us flying into friggin' space. Okay, so he does hit for like 300 damage, so. Now that I removed his power. And he's immune to lightning, which is sick. Love that. So knowledgeable about the game restarting, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Well, don't worry. If you want to get any type of Dungeons & Dragons Online knowledge, make sure you stick here on the stream, checking it out every single weekday, starting on Monday, weekday, every single day of calendar, starting on Monday, for all of your best information. Or you can also follow me on YouTube to find out all the information that I post on there, stuff like insights about different characters and builds and all sorts of stuff. Things better for your circulation? I mean, probably. I can believe that. No! Well,
A defiant scream
he threw me off the mountain.
top and in the valley below as Sorjak and
I don't know.
crumbles.
165,000 XP for epic normal day.
Yeah, not bad. Oh, I'm so high up, I can't even render the ground. It's just starting to render. So, can we transfer characters that are a couple weeks after the server shuts down, right? Yeah. So, you can transfer off. They let you go. They do let you transfer off afterwards. Oh, no, there's a portal at the start now.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to just dim door and then take the portal. And you just jump back up, yeah. There was a time, though, when this was the end game raid where that was not an option. You would just get thrown off and then you'd have to wait. Holy shit, I got an item. I got the Devil's Defense.
That's the large shield, isn't it?
Yeah. You want it?
Yeah, I can make a thing from it.
Yeah, it's a cool cosmetic. And some threads. Threads. Alright. Let's do Hound next. I'll tank the boss. You guys kill the ads in a circle. In a circle. Orynyx will get the charming stones and charm the does. Should be good.
Naturally, we were destined to
Turn-based Pathfinder Kingmaker worth a go? I don't know. I did see. I tried out some of it at the request of a viewer. We're going to be playing it on live stream here. There's Solasta is a game that is coming out next year, and it's going to be in early access in November, I think. And there was a bit of a demo that came out recently, and it's really cool, and I want to go through it on stream because it's really cool.
This was Marketplace, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the marketplace. Fine. That was Tempest Spine. Let's do Hound of Zoriet.
And it's the subterranean that you go into?
No, it's actually just talk to the guy in the middle.
Thought I just got it, and he doesn't...
This guy.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm fine.
Yeah, the old one for sure. But yeah, let's do some Hound. Yep. Oh, dude, that portal was only added like a year ago, so it's been a while. Alright. I have to, out of habit, make sure I don't click on Elite by accident. So yeah, so I'll take ZZ and keep her in the center, and you guys do the circuit. That's starting on the left, going clockwise. I'll be buffing the dogs to give them extra stats.
Do you have haste?
Yes, I have haste. I have haste and prayer and bless.
You want to go same way or opposite way, Ren?
Try to go the same way.
Yeah, go the same way until you have the stones. Then you guys can go opposite way or something. But you want to get the stones first, and we need to kill them quick.
3 stones, isn't it?
And then drop them in the center, or
Yeah, well, the 3 stones, just Wrath will grab them, and then once you have all 3, just come to the middle. I should be okay because I don't need to heal for the most part, so it should be fine.
all right, same way until we get the stones, and then opposite way.
Correct. And I'll be trying to keep watch. The only thing that matters is we can't let beholders get to the center.
Yeah.
Because we can't get this we might be able to get this in one go because it's normal and I'll have buffs. But I don't think we'll be able to get this if I'm worried about getting this if we have to go more than 2 rounds.
Because after 2 rounds, even on normal, the amount of beholders and mind flayers that spawn is off the charts.
The Master just Sword and Orb loving the build so much. Oh, that's great, Ashara. Ashara? Ashara? Can't help myself from being bad at pronouncing names. Yeah, so this should be pretty good. Ah, ZZ. I haven't seen this dog in a very long time. Legendary Ward, ZZ, impervious to spells. Epic ZZ, tremendous damage resistance. Legendary ZZ, impervious to almost everything. And immunity to weapon procs. Get a level 2 Thunderforged. Ooh, nice. Yeah, if you have the House D rep, you can buy the Bieshk bolts.
Yeah, I didn't even know they sold those there. I think the only thing I ever bought there was like the returning bolts a long time ago.
Yeah, they sell all the different weapon types on the first tier, and then returning is the second tier. Yeah, I've been playing. I've been finishing off some single player games, burning through my Steam list this summer, and it's been pretty fun. Although I am currently working on more of the action game stuff, so currently working on Dark Souls 3, which is going to be hopefully ending this Friday. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm going to do my best, but yeah, you never know. I think we should be good. Can you cast Cocoon while you have bees on you?
It's an SLA, you may be able to. Worst case, just call out and I'll run and give you a
Cocoon or something.
wounds.
Oh yeah, you're right. Your thing.
Insult to Angel.
All right. Crossbows, do you know what to do in here, or do you need info? Also, I like the fact that this guy got crossbows. That's a sick name. Yeah, it's the same thing. So you're going to be following Ornyx and Leilu. They're going to be running a circle. Ornyx grabbing the stones, and I'll be taking stuff in the middle. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Whee!
Terrible roar echoed shrieks and snarl. A gigantic Arak hound stands before them.
Hello. I'm going to kind of fall back here a little bit.
Yeah, Reaver Z is the first one.
There we go. I had to make my save against the pollen.
The mind flayer topples.
So the first control stone.
Perfect. Yeah, these guys are not killing me, so this is going pretty good. Oh, but I am killing them because my aura is going off. Hilarious consequences are hilarious. I just have to try to dodge the overrun here. Give myself some extra time. Okay.
Alright, got 3 stones coming into the mid now. Layla, you keep running around in a circle with crossbows while I calm the dogs. And just kill everything you see.
Roger.
Calming the first dog.
Ooh.
Calming the second dog.
Ooh.
There's another.
And charming the third dog.
Alright.
Still something else.
Get him, boys.
Alright,
There you go.
Yep. Now I'm gonna run counterclockwise so that way if I see any beholders I can just tell them. While you guys keep running clockwise. We may have to do 2 run throughs.
Yeah, we might. I think we're gonna be good though. We'll
Do
see.
you want me to give the dogs a quick heal?
I killed nothing. Nope, dogs are good. Bound Fate. Oh, I don't have Bound Fate. Good to know though. Oh, do you have the physical damage amp from Exalted, or just the stun?
Oh, you mean shadows upon you, or?
No, I'm trying to think what's... No, that's light damage. That's the thing that increases light damage taken. Never mind. I don't remember, like, what abilities there are that we can use. Yeah, I was thinking of Rebuke Foe. Oh, do you have Rebuke Foe?
I do.
Yeah, can you rebuke Ezekiel? On a pass.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Still only at 1 stone.
Yeah, we're good. We're gonna clear it. We're good. We're gonna beat it. And I'm not worried. Even like the big green guys, the shambling mounds, they're not even that scary. Worst case scenario, they drain your health by 50%, but assuming that I'm tanking Babala Saga, we shouldn't have to worry about the health drain.
Quick question. Have
Yeah.
we flagged far than the...
I'm just checking that right now.
I mean, it's not hard.
I am.
Going to death light.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not sure if I am.
Oh, no, I'm not. I have to destroy Dagon. I gotta destroy Dagon, never mind. Apparently we never did this. Do you need a flag, Lulu?
There are fresh footprints in the dust. Even though Sunderholm lies in ruins, it is far from deserted.
Yeah, the Celestial Sorcerer is really useful, or not Sorcerer, Warlock is useful for this stuff.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Oh yeah, Fire Shield. Do I have to walk to the top of it to unlock the quick travel?
I just killed Dagon.
Skeletal dwarves
If you just kill
struggle
Dagon, then you can quick travel to the top?
Yep.
Why do they work
Okay.
so frantically
That's not what I'm gonna do.
to rise in ruins?
I couldn't remember if you actually had to go up there or not. Then when you get here, I'll wait for Dagon, and then when you get here, you can step in and I'll kill him. I'm almost at him.
I've already killed.
I'm in.
I'll tank Fatty, you tank Skinny, we should be okay.
I gotta log out to port.
Yeah, no worries. Now, this is an older raid. Do you think we might be okay on hard difficulty?
A death knight stands amongst the skeletal
I'm
miners.
not sure.
Dig because she commands it.
Trying to think. I'd Reaper about 5 on the server. Skinny hits for about 1,000 fire damage, 1,500 fire damage, so maybe.
Yeah, and that's at 5 times elite damage.
I once thought the same, but the darkness always
So it should be
conquers.
like 200 damage a hit.
Wins.
Well, that's
Dagon
also with
collapses.
380
His bones shattered into
MRR, so.
fragments. For a moment, the pieces shiver and come down, but then, at
Yeah, we
long
should be
last,
fine.
they lie still.
I can self-heal, you can self-heal. As long as the ads are kept down and we've got 2
Should be okay.
Inquisitives.
It's the mountain summit, yeah.
Yes, Mountain Summit.
Just make sure you hand in the quest to get the travel point.
Should be okay.
Oops. I didn't handle it.
I'm going to refill my water glass and use the washroom before we get started because it's important to pay attention to your body and make sure that you're staying absolutely healthy. I will be right back. Tonight. Get checked fixed on Thalanus. My only server and lack of communication is killing my drive to play. I feel you, man. The chat issues are real. I've been playing some Lord of the Rings online, and it's very difficult to find people to do groups with, or like to do dungeons with, when you can't do dungeons with people because the chat server doesn't work. Then you're like, oh no, how do I play with others?
Sign language.
Oh yeah. All right. So this is it. I'll take Fatty. You take Skinny. And we should be okay. We'll mostly be. You guys will essentially just be kind of max ranging it, crossbow guys. Rat, do you have any points in Intimidate?
No, but I got 44 Intimidate, so it'll be fine. I'll land something.
Okay. I don't know why I cast those spells.
Oh yeah, fire dragons. My one necklaces.
Yeah, we should be okay. We'll be able to tank the dragons, no problem. So the only thing that is worrisome is just essentially making sure that both you guys are managing ads. So just like not getting murdered by ads. If you start to get murdered, start screaming.
It's probably, if I start to get murdered, I'll just order recall out, to be fair, but...
Jeez, no, you gotta start screaming. Don't word a recall. Alright. I think I'm pretty good to go here. Gotta toss up my last round of buffs. Are you good?
Yeah, I feel good.
The stone meridian sits in the middle of the open space. The dragons
If I instantly die, I instantly die. I just don't think I'm going to. The raid is now locked.
Tell them to attack Fatty because I've got no intent, so I'm going to be using damage
the
to
stone of the
whole skin.
artifact trembles gently when touched. Strong and subtle
Daddy left or
magic
right?
shields it.
Left.
Suddenly, you hear the sounds of wings in the distance.
You
Nevalarich.
can tell.
The dragons are returning. Look, my best beloved, the first dragon says.
Nevalarich
Uninvited
looks
vermin
like
snooping about
Carlton,
our
the thick
prize.
dog.
Ogla Larasa was right.
Yeah, he's a big dragon.
The artifact lured them here, and now we are the trap. Adventurers! A second dragon prize.
I took 100 damage, it's not a big deal. That means in rage that's only 500.
What a useful artifact it is. Stay by my side, my heart. The Lord is strongest when we are near one another.
VR do these guys have?
The conjured
Also
shield
shoot
fades away. The ward that protects the dragons when they are close remains.
Okay, we should be good. Again, the biggest worry is like ads. If ads come to me, I don't
During
care.
Rage, Darksada changes her tactics.
Oh, Traxada's up, so you got an enraged Fatty, so just be careful.
Alright, so we'll be mindful.
I'm gonna keep ads under control on this side as much as I can.
Sure, good.
Killing this guy. Never, right?
Nevalarich, yep, get him. I'm just gonna vulnerability stack it. Damn. Ooh. Hey, ads! I managed to spawn on the ads. Very convenient.
Oh, Traxada's up again.
Okay, yep, so you got that. Oh, Magma Ragers, I'm gonna grab the left one. Or Volcanic Annihilator. We'll kill mine first, and then we'll move over to the other one. Cool. Kill the other one. Okay, dragon's gonna be coming back.
You got that other Magma root?
Yep. Dragons are going to the center.
Nevalarich roars.
Oh, we didn't aggro those ads over there.
Use the stone meridian.
So, see those ads near the start? We didn't aggro those, so don't walk into those.
Returns to Nevalarich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I aggroed him. It's okay, they're coming to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he hurts. It hurts. Nevalarich, no pushover. 300 damage.
Kill who? Or either?
Yeah, focus on Nevalarich. Okay, he's done. So go to the other one. Always go fatty than skinny if possible. Ah, the old hardcore raid. Good times.
Darksada howls to the right. We are losing ground to these vermin. The dragon's attack in a vicious frenzy.
Attack the Meridian, but rather not stand close to it.
Yeah.
The artifact is unshielded and
Okay.
vulnerable.
Oh god. Neville Arch is not on me. He's coming back. I just taunted him, but he wasn't for a sec.
Shuddering from the assault, the artifact appears to reset. Its shield returns, and it is invincible once more.
This doesn't seem too bad. We got this. Oh, are you okay, Wrath?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Light's hurt.
Oh yeah. I'll do some cleanup over here.
Yeah, I'm alright. Couple bad hits in a row, though. It's not good. Got problems on Orion as well. Yeah.
Once more, the dragons draw heavily on the artifact, and its shield falls away.
Oh man, he is like so frenzied.
From the assault, the artifact
Yep.
appears to reset. Its shield returns, and it is invincible once more.
This is not good. Okay, it's somehow not hitting me with a bunch of its attacks, which is very, very good. I won't be able to grab those ads, so you're gonna have to kite and kill. Oh, but you're like wrecking those ads. Seems to be an okay. Oh no, he realized what was going on. Neville Arch, he figured out my secret plan. Whew, Incorporeality saves the day.
Once more, the dragons draw heavily on the artifact, and its shield falls away.
Use Discord after a while. Yeah. Could you imagine if all of Orion just used one single Discord? Okay. Okay, everything is cool.
Shuddering from the assault,
Please tell me it's dead.
the artifact
Yeah, how much longer do we have on this?
its shield returns, and it is invincible once more.
Why is your health so low?
Because I'm staunching like mad.
Don't run out.
That may not be an option.
If you got a kite, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna go for a bit of a walk around with them.
That was good. Just don't come to me, please.
Once more, the dragons draw heavily on the artifact.
Artifact, get it.
Its shield falls away. Shuddering from the
Oh
assault,
my god, one more
the
pull.
artifact appears to reset.
Alright, one more pull.
Its shield returns,
I've got a door at the front door. It's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Like, I can't pull that off of you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Maybe I can. Hold on.
That's good, it's good, it's good.
Okay.
once more, the dragons
Oh.
draw heavily on the artifact,
This is it.
Shield falls away.
Make sure you get away from it when it explodes. You die if you stand next to it.
Battered by your blows, the stone meridian shudders and explodes.
Kill Skinny first.
Yeah, kill Skinny first.
Meridian gone, the dragon's magical protection is vaporized. They fall back on other weapons. Fire, light, and
Ah,
savage strength.
no more power.
The dragon has fallen. One remains.
Okay. Woo! Got him. Whew, that was exciting. Heads.
I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Nice work. There we go. Hardcore raids. That's what I'm talking about. Hardcore raids. Oh, yo, you got the dragon mask.
Doesn't do much for this guy.
But it's got a cool cosmetic on it. Not bad. Are flogs bound to account? Yeah, they are. Oh, whatever. I guess I'll keep it. Cool. I'm trying to decide. Should we do... I really like the Shadow Dragon one. My worry is that it might be a little bit too challenging. Like, with some of its individual mechanics. And also there's always the potential for someone to get lasered. I'm trying to think of if there's crazy instant death in there. Oh yeah, and if we get red light, green light. Which is literally instant death.
No.
I'm not flagged for Follow Truth, I don't think. I don't think so, anyway.
What's the flag mechanic for that one? Don't you have to do a bunch of move some mirrors around down here and then find the entrance and then flags you? Is that it?
Oh, in the Shadow Temple or Temple of the Deathworm?
Yeah, that's the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah, so the only issue that's in there is there's a room red light, green light, where when the light is green, you can move, and if when the light is red, you can't move or you die. However, red light, green light has a bad habit of killing people that aren't moving.
Oh, then let's not do it. I'm on last life.
Yeah, same here. I'd rather do Baba on
I've
normal.
also never done Baba, but
You've never done Baba? Cool.
Nope.
So it'll be a good experience because you'll get to learn how to do it. It's not that hard, but you will be able to do a puzzle, which is exciting. And the puzzle will rest entirely on you.
But I'm retarded.
Don't worry about it. Reaper, no. You guys are bad. You guys are bad. No epic Reaper raids. Oh my god. Raid monsters do double the damage. That was epic hard.
Nobody taught me how to read when I was a kid, so I'm not very smart. I don't know if I can figure out a puzzle.
Yep. Like you said, Strahd. I'd love to do Strahd, but I'm so worried about grip, and then you're dead. Enhancements for this warlock look like this. I'm not sure we can do this with 3. Is it possible? Large races like Warforged and PDK? I don't know the specifics of the bug. I just know that that's a problem. It has happened before. I have died to the bug. I don't know if I was a Warforged or a Purple Dragon Knight, but I was literally like hands off of keyboard and then I died.
I'll make a Savage Quickball Wrath as a way to get.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out what raid we're gonna do. I don't particularly want to do Killing Time. Come along. We can't do 2 out to handle. Riding the Storm Out. We could probably do Riding the Storm Out. It's not really that hard on normal. The only thing you have to worry about is lightning resistance. and cleansing your debuff. If you don't cleanse your debuff, you will 100% die in this raid. But if you do cleanse your debuff, then you're perfectly fine. And then since there's only 4 of us, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll have to see. Riding the Storm Out's pretty fun. There's also Defiler of the Just, but I'd have to flag for it.
Yeah, just so you know, Shrim, I got down to 230 hit points.
230, nice. That's a
Yeah.
live if I ever heard. Oh, am I using Orb Scepter? No, I'm not using Orb Scepter. I'm using Scepter with the Giant Splatter. Giant Splatter is one of the most defensive things in this entire video game, so I love using it. It's like 60 armor class, Vitality 67, Magical Sheltering, and it's a shield. Like, oh, a good item. How do you feel about riding the Storm Out?
Oh, I love that raid, but it's a pain in the ass if people don't know how to cleanse properly.
Would you be willing to run riding the Storm Out?
Are you willing to give up an hour of your life because we're both warlocks?
No, we have Inquisitives.
I think even on Epic Normal doesn't
Yeah, it has like
Dragon.
6 million health.
yeah.
That it's ugly. Hey, not that bad. Look at it. Also, this is not a giant's platter. This is literally a regular person's platter. That's a platter. It's either that or we super quick just flag out on for Defiler of the Just.
Yeah, I'm fine to do either or. Well, as I said, I'm comfortable.
I'd like to run Defiler of the Just. My worry about... Oh, wait, we don't have a whole raid, so we won't lag out in the lag room.
Yeah,
Oh.
and because we've got a Inquisitive and a Warlock for each end, it's fairly easy to keep the ads under control as well. Especially on Epic Normal, an Inquisitive should be able to nuke down the ads in no time flat.
Alright, so let's flag for Defiler. Flagging for Defiler.
Yeah, we've done one of the quests out there because I've got Epic Halcyonia, or Halcyonia.
Did we? We might have done it on Reaper.
Yeah.
Trial of the Archons. I have Epic Elite. Demon Assault, none. Devil's Details, none.
So it's just those two.
Yep. We'll do that. Epic Elite too hot to handle after Defiler of the Just. Epic Elite, excuse me, more like Reaper 3. Do you know how strong our characters are? Come on, buddy. You gonna tell me you think we can't do like Reaper 3 too hot to handle just because people haven't done it on live servers? We're on hardcore and also there's 4 of us.
Okay, back.
Are you flagged for Defiler of the Just?
No, I have no idea.
Have you completed the level 13 quests in Amrath?
Well, let's check.
Yeah.
Fate
No,
has sent us down this
it's not
path.
done. I don't
Now
think.
let's explore.
I don't have
it.
details.
Demon Assault.
Demon Assault, Archon's Trial. No, none of those.
None of them? Okay. So I'm just going to start running Archon's Trial, and then you just jump in and we'll finish it off. Did I hear Reaper 3? Yeah, we're not actually doing it. Could you imagine? How much favor do I currently have? Good question. I have no idea. I'll tell you in just a moment.
The skiff brings you to the
I have
Archon's stronghold,
5002
deep in
on
the
my
mountains of
favorite team.
Shavarath. A trumpet
Yeah,
Archon
I
leading
completed the
the
favor on a
armies
different
of
character,
Silver.
so this character doesn't have as much,
Archon
but
gestures to the demon portal swarming at the point below. They need to
Remember, we
clear
can play them heroic as well, so if you want, I can start doing the
Consider this your
other
first
one on
test.
heroic normal.
yeah, sure. Yeah, do Demon Assault on Heroic Casual, please.
As the last portal collapses,
I forgot.
a
I started doing
single
Epic Casual, it's all the same thing.
before the main
Oh no, we can't do Heroic, we're on Hardcore.
Oh yeah, epic normal then.
Epic Casual, it's easier. Unless you really want that XP.
As you walk through the grand hall,
I thought in
one of the
casual only
astral
one
devas
person could enter.
beckons to you.
Is that true?
It says, "To myself lies the trial of agility.
So I thought, I
To
don't
the
know if it's
rest,
true or
the
not.
mechanic's path.
It's not true.
Not true.
Then pull the lever in the upper
Yeah,
corridor.
overexcited.
This will complete this trial."
But, yeah, how much favor do I have? This character has... Music in here always reminds me of Ashram. Or not Ashram, frick, I was thinking. Master of Orion. When you're staring at the space menu.
Yeah.
I have 2484 favor and 11837 for XP.
You and Rock still gotta finish out that game, I think.
Yeah, we do. Literally, that's it's on the to-do list. He's bothering me about it. Yeah, we got 2484 favor,
The
which is
trial
exciting,
ritual
and
is
then
complete.
picking up
A
on
voice whispers into
11
your mind.
111837
For your next task,
Reaper XP.
seek Liranel and the Deva in the upper corridors. She will explain your next challenge. Liranel says, "Demons have breached the upper halls between here and the courtyard.
Don't worry, I want to spend some more time exploring some Master of Orion. It's a fun game,
Do this, and the Liranel's effect
although mildly stressful sometimes when you're getting beaten to death.
echoes from the doorway above the stairs.
The hard part about starting a game like that after not playing for like however many years is just like picking up right in the middle of a board game, except it's been years. The game saves it for you. I do like the fact that like early, heavy turn-based strategy games like that are essentially just very complicated board games, but that are just so complex you couldn't really put that into an actual board game because there's too many pieces and tools and calculators and things that you would need. But it's just an extension of that. I kind of like that, because I like board games. Also, Sploosh Jr. just got destroyed by an exploding construct. That's what you get for doing Sharn.
Wait, oh yeah, water.
The exploding construct.
Another portal rends the air above the stairs.
And casual difficulty is so much fun. No monsters have resistances, and no monsters have fortification either.
Reaching the courtyard.
Or like the resistances are basically zero. You're just like, oh man, hey look, there's like monsters, I can go do it. Have I soloed any raids? I haven't, but I personally don't really enjoy soloing content for the most part. That's never been something I've been interested in.
Hear a voice in your mind. You've done well. The
Like,
trial
while
of
leveling, I've
agility
soloed tons of raids in regular Dungeons & Dragons Online. Reaver's Fate,
courtyard,
Tempest
and
Spine,
with Tiana.
sure I can think of others. But like, for the most part, I find Dungeons & Dragons Online is a very fun cooperative game, and I, in almost every case, prefer to play it like that. So like, for me, that's that. Oh, here, give me 1 second.
Tiana says,
Hey, Kelsey,
next comes the
I just want to let you know that the food is super duper duper good.
Enter the room ahead, work your way
It's
past
a
the
risotto.
obstacles, and solve the puzzle
I
that
am
contains
Yeah, and
the
it's
room.
really good.
For, boss.
Yeah, it's extremely tasty. You will like it. And yeah, and your cat came and said hi, didn't bite me, and then has spent the rest of the time
One
like
of the
alone.
magical barriers surrounding you drops.
Yep. Yep. Want to let you know. All right. I had to yell to my roommate. Let her know that the dinner tonight was super good. He was like a meal plan. Really tasty. Okay. This. I think we're all set. Let's do it. No puzzle, no destruction.
The large puzzle is complete, and one of the barriers ahead of you fades.
Yeah, whoever did the music for this did a great job.
As the puzzle is completed, the path ahead opens. With the click of a button, the last barrier fades.
Then you're at the end of the other one, right?
Hear the voice in your mind. You're more clever than you
Yes,
first
sir.
appeared.
Sweet.
The trial of intelligence is over.
Where's at the end of the Archon's trial?
That statue will take you to your final
This
challenge.
quest takes so long. But yeah, I don't really solo any of the raids. I'm not really interested in doing that. I find, I don't know. It's just not as interesting. I do think it's cool, the kind of achievements and accomplishments that a lot of people can do when they're trying to solo stuff. Whether it's in this game, or like some of the stuff that people do, like the crazy shit in like Path of Exile, that people will get off to, difficulty. I think it's super cool. I love people that try to accomplish stuff, people that are soloing raids on different difficulties. I know people that have soloed Babala Saga, I know people that have soloed Strahd, which is just super cool.
Your last challenge is a straightforward one.
And I don't even know if you can solo Strahd. Because don't you,
I know-
like, what if you get gripped?
I know people who've triple Strahd on Epic Hard because you need at least 3 people because sometimes 2 people can be gripped. So I think that's the least amount you can do Strahd with. So if you're really lucky, you could get away with 2.
Yeah, Unsinful did it too. He was it Unsinful? It was Unsinful or somebody. I think it was him. Did on like he did on a air cleric, air domain cleric. We're inside, by the way.
As well we can. The trials are complete. You've shown the Archons that you're worthy of their respect and trust.
So you can solo the Strahd. I just don't understand how you get around the grip mechanic. Or is the answer you just have to like reborn in the light every time? Yeah, you probably just have to reborn in the light. Or whatever.
And
Yeah.
the magic field protecting the codex page fades.
Where now you can get like 5 or 6 stacks like instantaneously. Or before you could get a bunch of stacks instantaneously and let it do it again. Whereas now you can only do it once per rest.
You should return to
Yeah, I feel like grip just causes a problem.
sent you here.
But yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, he would have been also be using Reborn in the Light. I'm sure. Because there's no other way to do it. Like, how would you else would you get around that? And I think the answer is you wouldn't.
Order lies at the foot of the
That's
Devil's
okay.
Fortress. This must be the hidden entrance that Davis spoke of.
Again, not really keen on soloing most of the content in the raids. Unfortunately, the Master Artificer and Lord of Blades are not out yet, but even still, I don't know if that would be a good idea to do on hardcore,
To investigate
because that sounds bad.
Davis's plan.
Actually, you have to do the legendary version of those. I need to get around to doing that.
Yeah, maybe next Hardcore League. Next Hardcore League, what we'll do is we'll get characters that are even stronger than these ones and more durable, and we'll make an attempt to do Master Artificer and Lord of Blades on Legendary at level 30.
The Devil's
That would be a fun
Fortress
accomplishment.
is here in the depths of their citadel.
Can you stop that? Freaking man shooting at me.
The barracks gate slides open, revealing a passage leading up into the heart of the Devil's
Yeah.
Fortress.
The one benefit of trying to do stuff solo is that the only person that you're essentially going up against is yourself. Think about it sort of like in a race. If you're trying to beat your own time, then the only person who you're competing against is yourself, and it kind of changes up the pressure dynamic. Not to say that there's no pressure, because especially when you're going and competing against yourself, you're saying, hey, I want to do something faster. I want to accomplish something for myself. You're putting more weight on yourself to succeed for your own like personal goals versus, say, you're like racing somebody or trying to compete with somebody on something. It's a different level of pressure because you're thinking about the other person and there's another dynamic involved. It's similar idea, but slightly different. I can see how people can get interested in that kind of ever like unending circle of self-improvement where it's like, oh man, I want to, you know, get a level of achievement in like whatever it is. I want to be the best, you know, cook, or I want to be the best video game guy, do as many raids on the highest difficulty, but you're doing it by yourself. So you're kind of just showcasing off what you can do. It's an interesting idea. I don't know why I've never really been compelled to do that. I'll tell you. It's not that I'm not competitive. I can be competitive about certain things.
I've gone upstairs, by the way. I'm just doing the upstairs on the east side. I'm just doing the west side now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something to think about, I guess. Because a lot of the times, like, my original desire and drive to play build, somebody asked me this question, how do I have been so interested in the game for such a long time? And the original answer is that I played it for essentially such a long time that I kind of just, I don't know, you not so much get bored, but you find the ins and outs of the game. You know where everything works. So I try to put my own like little self-limiting challenges on it. Like, how can I get through this by using only this one effect or using this specific spell effect? So I started making really goofy builds that kind of followed along that. That was where I had my Forceful Hand build, which is a character build that was using only force spells. It's not very good. It is bad, but that's kind of the whole point. The whole point is to say, all right, can you beat DDO and finish the content by using only this very limited, like, selection of items and abilities? Or when I did a Henshin Mystic build and I wanted to focus on the spell casting because this was before it got revamped into a quarterstaff tree and everything scaled off of spell power, so I created a Henshin Mystic who was dual wielding flame blades originally so that way I could generate enough ki to be able to do all the stuff that I wanted to do. And I thought that would be an interesting idea. Oh my god, come on. Hathara. Oh my god, she already disappeared. I wanted to put a dot on her so she would die slowly. That did not happen. One life monk. Oh man. That's also a good idea. Playing characters with 1 health. That's the 6-con life, right? You just make a stupid self-limiting challenge and say, hey, is this something I can even physically accomplish? Is this possible? Right? I don't know. I do find that interesting. But it's more so like, is it possible than kind of, I guess, a different direction of possible. Doing an entire life is a much longer challenge, albeit possibly a lot easier. Because if you're doing a 1 life, you can always get bailed out by another player, but you can't do that if you're doing like a single raid. Because you're like, oh, I'm going to solo a raid. You can't get bailed out by somebody while you're soloing the raid, because the point is to solo it. So you got to do the whole thing yourself. Now it's time for Defiler of the Just. Now, for those of you that don't know Defiler of the Just, it's not a terribly difficult raid for the most part. It's essentially wave clear until the final boss. During the final boss, it is important that both of our Inquisitives save all of their cooldown, or not all of their cooldowns, but whatever the biggest, at least one Fusillade for the end, because there is no shrines in this entire quest.
Yeah, I haven't done this one either, but I think I watched you doing it one time. It's got all the stairs, and then you gotta protect some guys for a while by killing a bunch of guys for a while. And then... Correct.
So when the angels get knocked down, the Archons fall. One will fall on each side. we'll be splitting it up. So Wrath and I will go different directions, and then you will go with Wrath, and I'll take crossbows, and we will essentially be trying to kill the executioners, the Abishai executioners, and save all the Archons, while also killing any ads that spawn upper floor. It's gonna be fairly straightforward. We should be fine, especially on normal. And you just gotta save one Fusilade, because there's gonna be a point after we kill the giant worm where we gotta kill the final boss, and we gotta kill her fast. You need all your cooldowns.
Yeah, because
Oh, my
even on
lord.
Epic Normal, debuff stacks up really quickly.
The crossbows, are you around? I don't know if there's going to be more people that want to join, but we'll see. It's got to be possible to solo Baba Lysaga. Yeah, somebody soloed it. What's the secret? It's Symbiont. Alright, cool. What is the secret here? He fights everything. How does he do the red name scarecrows? I just don't know how he deals with them.
I'm just gonna grab some
Oh, he just kills it at the same time and then does the puzzle.
arrows real quick. Or bolts, rather.
Okay, I got it. I see how you do that. Gotcha.
What's the special bolts for here? Does that come off of my
Oh,
Thunderforge?
these are demons? No, devils, sorry.
Oh, actually, hang on. I've got silver on the crossbow.
Is your Thunderforge Meadowline?
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, Thunderforge is Meadowline, so it has
Then it
silver.
bypasses.
It's got pierced silver, adamantine, mithril, cold iron, magic by Esk.
Yeah.
Demons don't need good, do they? Or was that just Air Tricos that needed the whatever and
If you
Does
have good, that's
your-
useful.
Yeah. Do you get yellow or orange numbers on
Here's
Abishai?
the question. Do you think this can be done
I
in
wasn't
off
really
Destiny?
paying
Or
attention
do
to
we
those
want
other
to
guys
storm
because
out
they died so
and
fast.
I think at least 1 point to get.
If you think if you think you can perform fine, then yeah, sure. Doesn't really matter as long as you shoot stuff. Pew pew pew. Yeah, you need silver damage reduction to bypass all the damage reduction on the monsters.
Just
Silver.
silver.
Yep, just silver.
Yep. Okay, I got that.
Demons are cold iron, devils are silver. Some of them are also good and some of them are both. I think that bosses are both.
Are there good bolts from House D?
No, they're not. Silver though.
I have silver.
Best part of DDoS is you actually have the freedom to pursue crazy builds and stuff if you want. Yeah, exactly, and I love that. I love the idea of being able to do that, of being able to just create any type of character that you want and come up with all these weird things to either limit yourself or create new custom scenarios for you to play in. I love that idea. So that's one of the reasons why I find this game very I can always come back to it, is that you can always make and try new stuff. And it's why, you know, like there's no replacement for DDO. There's no substitute. You can't just be like, oh, you know, sub in ham or something. Like that doesn't work. So it's pretty cool. Cool. Like when I think about other games that are even like mildly comparable, I think about stuff like you know, the customization of like something like Path of Exile or the older Diablo games. Even like even like some of the customization concepts behind like an Elder Scrolls game. Although to be fair, in all the Elder Scrolls game, you can always get access to all of the skills if you try hard enough. But still similar idea. I don't know. I like character customization and character creation, and DDO gives you so many crazy avenues for doing it between the enhancements and the classes and the itemization. The itemization is really crazy in this game. I personally think that there's too many stats, but that's me.
I don't care too much about the whole customization, but every other MMO I just got bored sitting there hitting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I played WildStar for a while and I really liked that, but the raids were like 40 some people, and like trying to get a group together for that is like, ugh.
Yeah, I think it's a mixed bag. Like a lot of people really enjoyed WildStar because of the gameplay and the combat, but then the end game content was like really, really, really difficult in comparison to like the regular content, without kind of like a bridge in between to teach you what you're supposed to do. And also it required a ton of people in coordination. Like very problematic. You guys are only level 32. They can't be that bad.
Oh, have you stepped in?
Yeah, I stepped in. DDO is a rather fast game.
So
Oh.
if you get the screen that says I got some raid runes to trade, just hit close window, and the actual quest window will pop up. If it doesn't do it the first time, just keep doing it and eventually you'll get there.
Secret path in. Like faster than a lot of MMOs. You mean like the gameplay or the leveling, the playback? What do you mean? Hey Yon, how you doing? We're going to a biodome. Love that area. Yeah, I know that there is a community of people that are making the attempt to create a private server for that game. Although it does not exist yet.
Did you say I'm following Wrath and you're taking crossbow?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go, people.
The sounds of battle
Teleport.
echo throughout the street as the Archons and Devils continue their attack.
Eat lightning, you sons of bitches.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's just placing.
Yeah, I think I talked about this. I don't know if I talked about it publicly. I got the opportunity to try out that game Pantheon, and it might not be for me. The new one that's coming out. It's for people that like enjoy World of Warcraft Classic. Ow. Oh, God, these things hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, be really careful. These things really hurt.
I can't. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's not any sort of trap. I can't.
I'm trying to find the right spot. I think it's here.
This is wasted hard for normal.
The inner gate slams shut, and devil troops spring to the attack.
Sorry.
It is a trap.
Alright, that was easy.
Remember to take poison off stream.
Oh, right. The 1,000 con damage. Yeah.
You will call on me again.
Heading north.
The devils are sending
heading
reinforcements
south.
through the portals on the mezzanines. If they are not held back, the battle will be lost.
You can die almost instantly. You can move very fast. You're rarely locked in one place. Yeah, I think mobility, I agree. Mobility is very much a DDO thing. A lot of games shy away from mobility. Dungeons & Dragons Online and Elder Scrolls Online are both very mobile games versus something like World of Warcraft, where if you're playing as a ranged character, like you don't touch the WASD keys or else you lose DPS. So it's very much, I don't know. I think that DDO, you're right, is a very mobile game for sure.
Glad if you see ads on your side lately, I'll come over.
I've never played or heard of Vanguard Saga of Heroes.
I played that a long, long time ago. I do not remember anything about it, but I know I played it.
Isn't that so funny when you have that kind of like brainwave where something will happen where somebody will be like, "Oh, this thing," and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know it exists in space.
Another Archon has fallen.
I don't know what."
Southeast. That's
Yep, I'm away.
Looks like
Northeast,
northwest.
northwest. I can't do.
They will rubber
Directions.
band. They will white dot low.
I think. What private servers would I be interested in? For the most part, I wouldn't really play in like a lot of private servers. When games disappear, it's sad, but that's just kind of the nature of it. The only exception to that rule is if there is somebody out there that made like an Asheron's Call 2 private server, I'd think about it.
Have you
Definitely
got
think.
reinforcements to your industry?
Yep, we're killing him. Put together their own ballads and songs for different effects. That's pretty cool. Like, almost like spell crafting, but it's song crafting.
so just north of us, in the pit of Wrath. I can see a guy. Should I go over there and try and get him, or just kind of leave him there if he's not aggro?
Yeah, you can clean it up. Just be careful because they still hit for about 70 to 80 damage and they swing fast. But if you need heals, just call it out and I'll come to you. Just as soon as you see the another Archon has fallen,
Another
immediately
Archon has
check your
fallen.
side.
Oh, yeah, it's northwest.
I'm looking at southeast, so I can't see it on the southwest side. Oh, it must be center. Yep, center Lily, come to the center.
Yeah, you guys want... oh, we have reinforcements, I think? Yeah, we do.
Look at execution of what double tree.
Yeah. I like a lot of the some of the concepts behind a lot of older games where they kind of just were like, in theory, they kind of left more information in the hands of the players. But I don't know. The more I play more MMOs, the more I appreciate when MMOs just tell me what the hell things do. I will say I find it intensely frustrating when I just don't know what something does. Every single Lemania that comes out for DDO, I will type every time. Oh, look, I get a spell-like ability that says it has a save on it. Oh, and it doesn't tell me the DC on this attack? What's the DC? How do I know? How do I know what my spell does? Tell me what my game does. It's not okay when I don't know if something works and then it doesn't work. And then I can never figure it out.
Another Archon has fallen.
Me-
Southwest Lily.
Here we got northwest. Ours are all in the same spot. Wonder if you can sneak your way through DDO. If you don't play on Reaper mode, you can sneak through a ton of quests and skip a lot of stuff. Most quests have bosses or monsters that you have to fight. You guys have reinforcements, by the way.
Gotta clear the middle, Lily.
But yeah, you guys, like, there's a lot of quests that have like different like boss endings and things, but you can sneak through for the most part a good chunk of the quests. It is also important to note though, on Reaper mode, Reapers automatically see stealth characters, so you cannot stealth past Reapers. They ignore stealth. Some people felt that this was unfair because it meant that you couldn't stealth in Reaper mode, but that is correct. Reaper mode scales combat, and if you stealth to avoid combat, then you avoid the difficulty increase. So Reaper mode doesn't really respect stealth. Look at this fortress. Never looked up.
It's good. This quest is really underappreciated. I like the pacing of this quest.
The only problem I have with this one is it's really frantic right at the end, right before you go through.
Yeah.
Another Archon has fallen.
Southwest.
Here. It's
It's
northeast.
middle. If you can't see it on the side.
You guys got middle?
No, we've got southwest. I'm saying if you can't see it on either side.
Yeah, no, we northeast.
Okay, cool. We got reinforcements and we got a commander. After you cleaned up, we're gonna need DPS down here with the commander.
Sure. Hey, Crossbows, go run across and help him with the reinforcements.
Okay.
Never mind. Then we cleaned up the first commander. And we got the second one. Cool.
Thank you, crossbows.
It's gonna clear up a soul eater downstairs. Keep flag there.
Yeah. I'm the soul leader. Only one soul leader in this raid. But yeah, I don't know. There are stealth mechanics in DDO, so you can sneak past and avoid a whole bunch of monsters. But like at the end of the day, for me personally, I don't generally enjoy stealth mechanics in most games. There's only been very few games that I enjoy stealth mechanics in. I sometimes stealth when I play Elder Scrolls games, but I usually forget that real fast.
Right southeast. We got mid. You guys have got the one in the corner.
Yep. And I stealthed a bunch in BioShock because it's very rewarding to stealth in that game. It just feels so good to sneak around in Rapture and not get noticed by anybody and get the advantage point on things. And also, it was kind of interesting when you could stealth around the monsters and then have them just talk, because they'll just do weird shit because they don't know you're there. So they're walking around and they're having conversations with people, and you can just listen to them, and it's just, I don't know, weird. So it was very fun to do. But other than that, I pretty much never stealth in any game, unless it's like MMO stealth, like World of Warcraft or Lotro or something like that, where stealth is just like a mechanic that can let you avoid some monsters. Like, it's not actually stealth; it's just you press a button so monsters can't see you at all, and you can walk through everything. Then I've stealthed a bit. Fun in Lotro, because then it's like, oh, I got to do this quest, and there's an orc camp with 1 million orcs. Stealth, and you just ignore all the monsters along the way.
Is there some sort of cue that tells you what direction these guys are, or is it just looking at?
It's visual. So
Yep.
basically, the way the pattern works,
Another
you check the
Archon has
corners,
fallen.
and if they're not in the corners, southwest this time for us, then it's going to be in the middle.
Oh, is it just that?
In the middle.
We've got southwest.
Yeah, we've got middle.
The centered one.
Yeah, it's middle. Only one execution. Oh, where's the other one? There he is.
Yeah, one down the bottom. There we go. Comes up. I think we've got the reinforcements. Yep.
Did we get him?
We got 2 double commanders again.
Or did he snap back somewhere? Guess we got him.
Should be pretty good. We're rocking it. We're rocking it and raiding it. Honestly, like, a lot of these raids, I was more intimidated initially than I seem to be feeling right now. Doesn't feel too bad. I mean, we're doing it on normal, but still.
I think the close one's coming up soon, so where it's going to be the reinforcements and the thingos at the same time.
Yep.
Nearly identical.
So yeah, it's just that big light pillar that what location?
Yeah, where the Archon is. Yeah.
Another Archon has fallen.
Yep, southwest.
Northwest.
Big group waiting.
Yep.
Oh.
We got
Kids.
trash.
Yeah,
loaded
I'm
there.
clearing trash on my side. Clear the trash. Our side's dead.
You got the pick, Commander?
Woo! Look at us. Clearing out monsters. Clearing out devils.
I think it's now 2 more waves and we're done.
Yeah. It would be fun to have like a whole raid of people coming through. I don't know.
I would definitely like to do it next hardcore. We actually do like a full run through on normals, then a full run through of the same group on hard, then a full run through of the group on elite.
Another
Oh
army is
yeah.
done.
Flag for like a bunch of raids and then do that?
Southwest lately.
Yeah, we got middle. We got middle.
Quest received.
But yeah, I would love to see that. Where we have like, 3 separate runs.
Yep. Double reinforcement wave. I think you guys got the pick commander this time.
Possibly? I don't see it. You're doing pretty good. Also, Miss Andy bot. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Or evening.